So today we're going to look at some starter projects for the Microbit. So the first project we're going to look at is picking a random number from 0 to 9. The next one we're going to look at is displaying various emojis based on buttons pressed. And the third one we're going to look at is flicking between a frowny face and a smiley face. So we'll start off with the random number. So I'm just going to get rid of the on start and the flicker. I'm going to go to input and I'm going to go for on shake. And then I'm going to go for basic and I'm going to show the number 0 to start off with. Now I want to pick a random number, so I'm going to go into the math block. And within math, there's a pick random 0 to 4. So I'm going to pull that out and just drop it in on top of the 0. Now there's a couple of things here. This just picks a random number from 0 to 4. One thing to notice here is you can't change the 0, so you can't change the starting point for that random number. It's always going to start at 0 and go to, you can change the end number, but you can't change the start. So if you want, say for example, a random number between 2 and 8, you would have to do something different here. So you could start at 0, but you'd have to maybe add 2 on or something like that to get it to start where you want it to start. But for the purpose of this, we're just going to do pick random 0 to, well actually let's just test this bit here first. So on shake, I'm going to pick random 0 to 4. So if I shake, it gives me a 0. Shake again, it gives me a 1. Shake again, it gives me a 2. Gives me a 1 again, a 2, a 4, a 0, no 3 yet. There's our 3. So we have all of our random numbers. Now if I want to change it so that it's 0 to 9, I'll just change the 4 to a 9 here, and then I just shake, so I'm getting a 2 and a 9 and a 3. So there's our random number 0 to 9. Again, just a reminder on how to name your project. So here I'm just going to call this random number, and if I save it here, so remember it gives it the name and then it downloads it into your downloads folder. So if I go to my downloads folder, we'll be able to see that there, so we'll do that in a little while. The next project I'm going to look at, I'm going to create a new project. So the next one I'm going to look at is I'm going to create some emojis. So on the A button, I'm going to show a smiley face. On the B button, I'm going to show a frown. And on the A plus B button together, I'm going to show an expressionless face. So if I go to input, I have on button A pressed. So then I'm going to go to basic, and instead of picking the icon here, I'm just going to do the show LEDs. And I'm just going to quickly just pick which LEDs I want to show to just create a little smiley face. So now if I test it, my button A pressed shows a smiley face. I want to duplicate this, so if I right click and duplicate on it, now notice that it's grayed out. Remember we looked at this before. It's grayed out because you can only have one button A pressed at a time. So if I click on the button B pressed, then I want to show, so I'm going to just change the frown, the smiley face, and I'm going to make it a little frown. So now if I test again, my B button shows me a frown, my A button shows me a smile, and then I'm just going to right click and duplicate again, and this time I'm going to go for A plus B button, and this time I'm just going to put a straight across line. So now my A plus B button gives me an expressionless face, the B button gives me a frown, and the A button gives me a smiley face. So that's just a basic enough project. Again, I'm going to call this one emojis, so every time I'm just calling things that make it easier to find, so just saving that. If I go to projects again and do new project, this time the project I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we can flick between a frowny face and a smiling face. So if I go input on button A pressed, so what I'm going to do is when the button A pressed, first off I'm going to, go back into basic here, and I'm going to show an icon, and I'm going to show a frowny face, so sad face here. I'm going to go to basic, and I'm going to go down the end here, and there's a pause for 100 milliseconds, and then I'm going to go back to basic and I'm going to show icon again, and this time I'm going to show a happy face. So now if I press the button A, I had a frown and then a smile. Now what I can do is I can change this 100 here to 200, because it's a little bit fast the way it's doing it at the moment. So button A pressed, so it's a little bit slower. The other thing I can do is I can duplicate this, bring it across here. Instead of the button A, I'm going to go for button B, and this time I'm going to show the smile first, then the pause, and then the frown. I'm just going to bring that back up. So now when the A button is pressed, it shows a frown first, then a pause, then a smile, and on the B it shows a smile, a pause, and then a frown. So let's try our A button, frown, and then smile, and our B button is a smile and then a frown. So that's it on those basic projects. So have a try of them, and hopefully you'll get on well with them.